So I'll just go briefly on what I'm led to talk about as far as why this heart chakra healing is necessary for healers and empaths. And then from there, we'll go into the healing and cleanse itself. Okay. If you have some water on hand, that might be a good idea. Some things you may feel some energies going throughout your heart chakra, right? So it might feel a little heavy and then lighter, heavy and lighter as we go through this session. So I just want to give that disclaimer so you don't freak out or think something is wrong. Okay. This healing and cleanse will also I'm going to add removing love curses to it as well, like love spells and curses that's on you. I'm going to do that as well because that's contributing to some of these heart issues, these chest heaviness that we've been having lately. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. That's Alexi right there. Hey Cassandra, what's going on? So let's talk a little bit briefly about what's been going on lately. Why a lot of healers and diviners and empaths have been having a lot of heaviness on them lately, on us lately. So about 2 years ago, I had a dream that there was going to be a lot of entities invading the planet, right? And the dream came in a form of the movie Pixel. Because remember that movie Pixel is like a video game movie? If you remember the scene where it was like Centipede and they were trying to shoot the centipede out the sky and stuff, well, that's basically what the dream was about. So the dream was on Fort Bliss, Texas, which is where I used to be stationed. So I knew it was spirit showing me this. And there was a blood supermoon that was happening at that time. And in the dream, spirit showed the big supermoon, like it real huge, to make sure I paid attention that this was connected to that supermoon. And when I had that dream, while on base, I was teaching some soldiers how to do chakras, right? Now I understand that those soldiers were other healers, right? Other people out here fighting the spiritual war. And so in the dream, the characters from all the video games started coming and they started to come down to the earth and, cause chaos, which to me symbolized, the invasion of these entities, these spirits. And so when the soldiers went and laid on the ground in their fighting positions, I had a weapon, but my job in that dream was about helping, guiding them in the fight, like where to shoot, where to move, where to do whatever. And then once they were good to go, then I left, and then I was doing my own fighting of these entities that I was invading. So again, this dream was like 2 years ago. It's like 2 years ago, right? So fast forward to about 6 months ago, I had the dream about, Trump, China, and some sort of war on this land. And I didn't know what that meant. I thought it was maybe literal war, right? But I remember the time frame. I remember hearing, it was either 2.5 years or 3.5 years that he's in office, that this will happen, right? And then come, of course, this year, 6 months later, going back to January or February, 6 months later, then the COVID thing happened and we realized it was from China. And I was like, oh shit, damn, I think that was the connection, right? So what's been going on lately, last maybe 2 weeks or so, there have been spirits invading the heart chakras of many healers, diviners, and empaths. And the reason why they chose the heart chakra is because the heart chakra is the balance between the upper and lower chakras. It's also where the yin and yang is. It's also where the balance between masculine and feminine, right? If you notice, I had posted some days ago about masculine and feminine energies because I was led to. I was led to post, just make those posts. So I just did it. I don't question it. But then it made sense that was a focus. So what happened with me? What happened with me was I did a cleanse, and the cleanse itself wasn't bad. The cleanse itself wasn't bad. But I left I guess you could say like a gateway open. I left myself open. And in leaving myself open, my heart chakra was attacked, and then eventually my whole entire body. So I eventually had these 7 entities, which entities can have different names, but these were demonic-like entities, right? And that I could not release them no matter what I did. It just seemed like I couldn't release them. And so, of course, I called Dee and I said, hey, I need your help. Help me figure this out. And we figured it out that there was an opening. She did some divination for me. And so once we realized that, then it's like only then I was able to release these entities. So even the creator wanted me to know exactly how they got there, and not just release them, but actually know how they got there. And so then in my meditation, I started realizing that a couple weeks ago, I heard like protect your heart. And then I remember Dee saying same thing, right? Just protect, they keep saying protect your heart. But again, I'm thinking like, okay, is that a romance thing, a love thing they saying people need to protect their heart? I still wasn't getting it. So then when this happened, that's when I sat back and I got it. And I was like, oh, it's that. Because why not? Why not? Because if the heart chakra is where we have balance, then of course, why not attack that spot, right? Attack that spot, spot of the heart chakra balance. Also, I've been paying attention to the eyes of Ra and the eyes of Thoth, right? Been paying attention to those eyes too, because why not attack that balance, yin and yang, right? That's also dealing with masculine and feminine, the eyes, right? So I've been paying attention now even more to that. You said the light is bothering you? Is that what you said? So the light. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay, so started paying more attention to the heart chakra and the eyes of Thoth and Ra, and started noticing that a lot of people who I've been doing some services on had been having issues, right? Even in the eyes. And so I started cleansing the eyes, right? Again, the eyes of Ra and Thoth, they could feel the energy leaving their face, right? So I knew, okay, this is also being affected when it comes to healers and light workers in general, right? Oh, she says, no, you have a purple aura around you. Oh, okay, well, shit, let's get it. So I was led a few days ago to do this, but my body wasn't fully recovered enough to be able to handle that energy. And so I just asked Spirit to let me kind of delay it until I feel good to do it. And here we are. Okay, here we are. So let's go ahead and, oh, she said the heart. Oh, the light from the heart. Oh, gotcha. Bing. No, just kidding. So we're going to get ready to switch gears. Oh, first of all, does anybody have any questions about what I just talked about? And then we're going to get ready to switch gears and get this heart chakra and these eyes taken care of. Look at this one. Now make sure I try not to keep it too loud, because I know it could have been drowning. So if that's too loud, just let me know. Okay, so questions are, will this explain the pressure felt between the eyes? Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't start feeling anything like a headache until today. So sometimes the soul knows what's going on, right? Like they know something's about to happen today. So the soul prepares you for the cleanse, for the healing, right? When I work on them, they always say, man, it's funny you mentioned that because that just started today. See, the soul already knows what's getting ready to happen. So it brings a lot of things to the surface so it can be released. Okay, Kendra says, I hear them more than anything, but I definitely feel them. I'm guessing you're talking about the entities, right? And then Adrian says, have you been crying a lot? I haven't been crying a lot. But I have been very grumpy. And that's not like me to be so grumpy all the time. And so I knew something was wrong. One of the signs that I seen was about a week or so ago, I noticed my voice sounded different. It sounded different to me. Like it didn't sound like myself as I talked. And then later on, it got worse. And then that's when all the other stuff started. I've been feeling waves of everything. What is everything? Headache and dizzy today as well. Thank you. Oh, you too. Okay. She said, let's take care of it, please. All right, Cassandra, you're right. Let's get it. What up, Atoya? What's up, Raven? Hey, Trina. Okay. So the first thing we want to do, I want to connect myself, and I ask you all to tell your higher self to connect you to the divine earth vortex and the divine light vortex. Ashe. I'm also going to ask you to ask your divine ancestors, spirit guides, and guardians to come in and protect and guide you in this session, Ashe, as well as myself, mine. I ask that you take a deep breath and open your mind, body, and soul for healing, cleansing, releasing. Surrender to your inner self and your higher self. Can y'all hear the meditation music, or is it too low? Can you say it's hurting? We're going to get rid of that hurt. I've been crying a lot lately. I've been having a lot of strong entities attached to me. Root, heart, solar plexus. Yeah, that seems to be the other places. I can't use my staff today because over this week, I broke it. So I got to put this thing back together. It ain't a lot of stuff happened over this week. So I'm going to be using my hands doing the healing instead. Okay. Okay. So think of this as like when somebody prays over somebody, right? People say pray over you. Okay, that's what I was led to talk about earlier. I knew that. That came to me earlier today. To just briefly explain, when somebody prays over people, right? There are people who are gifted to pray over others, right? I've said in the past, don't pray over me. I don't want people praying over me because you don't know what I need. You don't know my intentions. But I realize now that there are people that are gifted to speak over others for the sake of their highest good, right? There are people who can talk demons out of people. There are people who can talk energies and entities, and they can also talk things into people, right? Like love and light and healing. And so it would be hypocritical for me to say don't pray over someone, because technically that's what I do, right? But I had to have an understanding that just because I heard the word prayer, it made me think, religion. But really, prayer is just like any other words. It deals with intentions. What are your intentions when you pray, or when you say a mantra, when you say affirmations? It's all about the. So even in the church, there are people who are gifted and praying good into you, right? Now, of course, there are people that are gifted in praying bad over you just as well, but we're not going to focus on them right now, okay? Matter of fact, we're going to command it. They can't pray nothing bad over you, okay? Any prayers not for your highest good shall not enter your soul space, Ashe. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask your higher selves to bring to surface any energies and entities that is trying to attack your heart space to throw off your balance, trying to throw off your balance. And wherever you feel it, this is where they have kind of latched themselves onto. Okay? Now, don't be afraid of any entities and stuff like that. Okay? We're way stronger than them. They work off of fear and deception. So we're not going to be afraid of none of them. We just want to get them gone. Okay, now that sure, these energies and entities should be surfacing. You should be feeling them. Now, I'm going to ask your higher self, and I'm going to ask you to ask your guardians, your protectors, to cleanse any curses from the heart chakra and the eyes of Ra and the eyes of Thoth. Ashe. I command all curses be lifted from your heart chakra, your eyes of Ra, and your eyes of Thoth. Ashe. So during this part, you should be feeling some energies lift off your chest. You may even feel some energies coming from your face, okay? Even from the third eye. So after reading the comment below, 2 comments actually, about transmuting them to the light. One thing to understand about negative entities is that they only perform a job that was given to them. So not only do what they do to you to kind of bring you down and hold you hostage, they too are being held hostage because they have to do what the caster placed on them, right? So a lot of times when you move the curses associated with them, the entities either leave, they just leave on their own because they didn't want to be there anyway, they were made to be there, or sometimes they may ask you to transmute them, meaning if you're a healer, someone who can transmute energy, they may tell you to transmute their energy to the light so that they can no longer be used for that specific job. It's like taking someone who's had a lot of trauma in their life and then molding them into a hateful being, a criminal or something, so they can go hurt other people for you. Telling them to use their hurt and pain and trauma to cause hurt to others. That's what a lot of these demons come from. They come from people who were pained, trauma, and all kind of stuff, and then there are negative people and entities that use them to do that same thing, right? So thank you, Lexi and Dee, for having that talk in the comments. Thank you for sharing that. I hope that brings clarity to a lot of people when it comes to demonic spirits and entities and such. So, for all spirits, entities, demons that may have been attached to anyone here, and including anyone who may watch the replay later, if you are ready to be transmuted to the light, I command it so, Ashe. Those who are healers, you can also do the same thing, and we can double tap that to ensure those spirits are transmuted in light. I'm going to ask your ancestors and your higher self to open any doors near you, light, for those entities to go into the light to be healed. Ashe. Okay, you should be feeling a lot lighter right now, especially in your heart space, maybe in your head space, because another thing I've noticed that these energies was causing a lot of negative thoughts, right? So at this time, I command your higher self to release all thoughts that is not of the light, to release thoughts that are not of the light, not thoughts that you need to focus on for healing, but any that are just negative, that are just there, don't need to be there. I command those thoughts to be either released or transmitted to the light, Ashe. Ooh, I feel somebody's solar plexus. Ashe. Now, if you will, if you're led to, if you will, I want you to put your hands in the praying hands formation, right? When you put your hands like this is like closing the circuit of energy. So if I have my hands open, I can receive energy, send energy, or receive energy with both, and I can send energy with both, right? But when I put my hands together, it's like closing a circuit so the light can come on, right? You know, think electronics, right? The switch comes into contact, closes the circuit, and then electricity can flow through, turns light. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put our hands together, we're gonna close the switch, and we're gonna turn on the light. So the way it's gonna be done, and in my third eye vision, I can see random people with their ancestors standing around them, like people who are here watching. And their ancestors, as they stand around you, I see them with their hands like this because they already know what I'm getting ready to do because I was already talking to them in my head, right? So as your hands are like this, I'm going to ask your ancestors, your divine ancestors, to push unconditional love energy into your heart chakra with unlimited waves, meaning unlimited until there's no more waves needed. Okay? And as your hands is together, as that energy enters you in your heart space, the energy goes around and it can't escape. It's going to hit the hands and it's going to just go right back into itself, right? So this energy is going to just stay with you. That's the purpose of actually doing this. Okay? So, with you all's permission, I'm asking your divine ancestors to push unconditional love into your heart chakra and then allowing that energy to go through your entire body, time infinity. I command it so, Ashe. And as this energy enters your heart chakra, it may feel a little heavy at first, but just breathe through it. Take deep breaths, breathe through it. Think positive, loving thoughts. Let this energy come in and cleanse any residual energies left in your heart space and then spread through the rest of your body. There are many of us who, you wait your whole life to find unconditional love. But we can't find unconditional love without having it within ourselves first. So what's the easy way to take down a healer? Hit their heart chakra. Attack their self-love. Attack their self-confidence. Attack their headspace, their thoughts. Make a healer feel like they don't really believe in what they're feeling. Question themselves. But tonight we push in unconditional love forcibly so that we can feel what unconditional love feels like for those who've never felt it. And in being of that unconditional love, you shall attract it also. Ashe. Breathe in divine light. Slowly, deeply. And then exhale any negativity from your mind, body, and soul. Ashe. Do that about 2 to 3 times. Breathe in very slowly. And then slowly breathe it out. As you breathe in this divine light, you may start to feel a little lightheaded. As this divine light energy will cleanse your headspace, cleanse those residual negative thoughts that you're having trouble releasing. I command your higher self to raise your frequencies. The max frequency for your highest good. The max frequencies that is right for your mind, body, and soul. I command it so. Ashe. During this portion, you may start to feel tingling throughout the body from the legs going upward. You may start to feel like you're going to float. High vibrations. Ashe. Just let it happen. I command your higher self to prepare your aura to 100%. And I ask the divine creator to place love, light, and protection around you with unlimited waves. Ashe. I command your heart chakra to be repaired to its fullest, its maximum strength. I command your heart chakra to be open, balanced, healed, spinning in the right direction. That's for your highest good. Ashe. As you notice my voice, you may feel some energies kind of messing with that area. So that's normal. Okay. Peace and blessings to all of you. I hope all of you healers, empaths, diviners know that it's your love that is your strength. And as I was told before, it's also your love that is your protection. So unconditional love is not just about romance and just loving in general, but it's also part of your protection. So always focus on having unconditional love within yourself, for yourself, and for others. And that alone will stop darkness, external darkness, from entering the body. Because external darkness cannot enter a space of love and light. Ashe? Y'all have a good evening. I'm going to prepare for class. Peace and blessings to you all.